With the new year being 3 months old, hurricane season creeps ever closer. How can you be prepared, and what is the forecast for this hurricane season? We'll discuss all that and more in the 2021 Hagerty Weather Hurricane Special. I'm Ryan Seagren. Hurricane season is yet again in front of us, and on the heels of 2020's record-breaking hurricane season, now is the time to prepare for the coming hurricane season. My tip of advice, every time you go shopping between now and hurricane season, get one item, whether it be batteries, non-perishable food, water, or a weather radio. That way, you're not rushing out with large crowds to buy essentials, especially with COVID-19. So, what is the forecast for this year's hurricane season? While the Colorado State and the National Hurricane Center have not yet released their forecast, the Tropical Storm Risk is predicting 16 named storms, 7 hurricanes, and 3 major hurricanes. With the weakened La Nina expected near the end of hurricane season, this year's hurricane season looks like it won't be as active as 2020. However, that doesn't mean we shouldn't pay attention to the tropics this year. Using the Lezak recurring cycle, a form of long-range forecasting used by Kansas City meteorologist Gary Lezak, that says that weather that happens in October and November can give us an advance notice of severe weather, including hurricanes, months in advance. We can also use the Bering Sea rule of long-range forecasting, which looks at the northern Pacific for weather patterns that could come our way over the next couple of weeks. For more on the LRC and BSR, here's my mentor, West 2 First Alert meteorologist Eric Burris.
Basically, the idea behind long-range forecasting is to look at clues in areas you may not normally think of. For example, one technique is what's referred to as the BSR, or the Bering Strait rule. And the idea behind that is to take weather that's happening in the northern Pacific out near Alaska and correlate it to weather over the United States. And at first thought, it sounds absolutely crazy, but it actually works. The idea in a sphere that something that happens over here will eventually move and happen over here doesn't seem so crazy. And so there are researchers and climatologists that have found this. There's all kinds of peer-reviewed documentation on this. And basically, there are people that found these patterns to be able to say, if it's happening here, you can broadly have an idea what will happen in the United States. And at least more specifically for us, it would be in the southeastern United States. And then there's another one, Gary Lezak, who's a chief meteorologist at a television station in Kansas City, did a kind of a period of study and found that there is a pattern that recycles over and over and over again. It's super simplistic, and yet, again, it works. The idea is 2 months out of the year, recycle over and over and over again for the 10 months afterwards. So you kind of look at clues, and the way I like to think of it, somebody explained it to me this morning, like looking out on a foggy morning off in the distance. You know that there's buildings there. You kind of know what direction they are, but you have to get closer to really hone in on it. I think that that's the idea behind long-range forecasting. You know kind of the idea of what's going to happen, and that helps you once you get a little closer to know what's going to happen.
Thank you, Eric. Using the LRC and BSR, we have made some hotspots and dates to pay attention to. For Florida in particular, we are looking at an above average year in the tropics. Dates to look for include June 28th to July 2nd, August 15th to 18th, and October 1st to October 4th. Thank you for watching the 2021 Hagerty Weather Hurricane Special. For more information on this year's hurricane season, follow us on Twitter at HagertyWX and stay tuned to Wolf TV for all the latest. Have a good day.